this weekend from the federal prisons, thousands of prisoners, drug-related prisoners were released. The laws in this country are extremely stiff for any drug possession. So they get put into prison for for carrying, say, 1 gram of cocaine. I don't know what it is, 7 years in prison. The problem about being put away is that once you go in, prison is literally a school of crime. You go there for a simple thing like carrying a gram of cocaine in your pocket. You have to learn to defend yourself. You start, getting into a gang. You start fighting. You learn to kill. You come out of that and you've gone one level higher. So here you were carrying cocaine. No one's giving you a job. Nobody's ready to accept you. So what do? You do the easiest thing. You go back into the business that's murky and underground. So you go and you drive somebody for a drug thing. Then you get caught in that. Then you get caught in a shootout. It just escalates. And before you know it, you're labeled as a psychopath, a killer, and all these things. Most people in prisons are simply victims. We're so readily, we get rid of people that we don't want we don't want those kind of people around us. We live a very sheltered life. We stay away from people that we think are, got any criminal tendencies. So many couple of people in our, social circle were imprisoned. How many of us have gone once a month to jail to visit them? You don't know who I'm talking about. Never mind. If that were the case, would you go once a month to visit them? Because they made a mistake. They made one mistake that got them into jail. Nobody is inherently bad. Nobody is inherently bad. Although Christianity says that we are born with original sin, there is no original sin. We are inherently good. We are inherently good. We get covered up in all this world delusion. Then we make a mistake. A mistake is a mistake. It is not my mistake. It is not your mistake. It is not anybody else's mistake. A mistake is just a mistake. Some mistakes are small enough that it doesn't have the kind of consequences. But some, it can be an error of judgment just to be with the wrong group in school. You're with the wrong group in school and he pulls a knife and you're in the middle of it suddenly. And you're hauled off to jail. It can happen very quickly. These things happen to good people. Once you're in, there's no getting out. There's no getting out. It just builds on itself. These people that commit these type of crimes or get into these kind of groups, perhaps we don't recognize them. And why should we? We've got a very comfortable life. We've got our children, we've got our social circle, we go to weekend parties. We don't know anything about this. This is all the scum of society. Why should we even bother about this? If we don't bother about this scum, it will affect us in a way that we can't understand, because the scum forms the foundation of our society. These are the 60 to 70% of the people form the basis for our daily safety. You want to live a safe life. You want to be free from all this. You don't want random incidents happening to your kids. You don't want a guy just going crazy and shooting in college. Every day you send your child to school. You say Om Namah Shivaya and you send that child, not knowing what's going to happen. And you don't know what your child is going to get mixed up in. There is absolutely no compassion for these people that come from certain backgrounds that are not as privileged as ours. We live in a very, very privileged society. We are so lucky every day, every minute of the day, we should be saying, thank you God, thank you God, thank you God for everything you've given me. These kids, there's nothing in the house, no parents, no food, there's food stamps, mother's an addict, father's in jail. They're born with no choice but to get into this kind of a situation. When I was teaching in a school in commercial, I used to spend like 90% of the time telling people to sit down. These were boys who just couldn't control. They were crack kids. Their mothers were on crack when they were born. They had absolutely zero control over what they did. They wanted attention at all costs. And then there were these group of immigrant children, Mexicans and Cubans and Guatemalans, who really wanted to study, but never got anything done because these kids were making such a mess in the class. The day before I went to substitute teach, somebody had been stabbed in the hallway. I mean, this is the kind of, these kids come from 4 generations of women in their homes. Not only that, they come from such a background that the cops would rather go and arrest someone in a black neighborhood who has cannot back themselves up, cannot pay for their own defense. They don't have that. You go to a white neighborhood and arrest a white kid, his father will come on you like a ton of bricks. You get the best defense, sue the police department. So they're like, why bother? So they go to the immigrant neighborhoods. Easier to make that, police need a number of arrests in a month. So the jails are filled with these children that have no choice, that have no future. They are lost souls. They're victims, and there's no one there who's got the compassion to pull them out of that. They have never spent a day in touch with their own consciousness. They have no concept of what is right and what is wrong. Life is about survival. Most of them don't survive till they're 30. It's really a tragic state of affairs. And it's not that it's just in this country. All over the world, there is a section of society that keeps going into prison. And we don't want to have anything to do with them. We don't want to give them 1 minute of our day to even think about. In my book, The Present, A Gift from the Divine, I've written about Prison Smart. It's a program that Art of Living has started. They train people to go into prisons and conduct the Sudarshan Kriya, the breathing classes there. Not everyone can do this. I mean, even for me to go into that room at the rehab center, it required a lot of courage and faith in God. God today give me the strength to do this, to see it through. You let this happen in this group, is all that I was saying, because it was disturbing me when people were behaving in a different way that I'm accustomed to. It is not all of us can work with these people, but we can work in some way. We can contribute in some way. It all begins very early. Join the mentoring program in schools. Mentor a child in your child's school. There are many children in the school system that have no guidance, that have got no one they can go home to and say, Mom, today I had this problem, what can I do? There's no one to look up to. There's no one to learn from. We teach our children everything. We teach our children values of caring and sharing. And we teach our children how to learn to share, to have compassion and forgiveness. These kids have a very hard life. You could be role models for someone and save a life. It starts very early. I wish God would give me the grace or the ability to reach these children in their teenage years. Because once you are in touch with your consciousness, once you feel that divinity within you, then it's very easy to make the right choice, because it is choices, right? It's all choices. We are all, we've got so many things in front of us, and the choice that we make has all the stuff that goes with it. So you pick a friend who's great fun, who likes to have a good time, and so you get caught in a drug bust. And it could happen to any one of our children. Trust me, nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. Children are just looking for love and approval and to be heard. That's all they want. That's all they want. They're ashamed of their parents and they want to be cool. And so they do things to grab people's attention. They do stupid things. You hear all kinds of stories. And sometimes they take it too far, and maybe they never intended it to be that way. Last week there was a suicide of a teenage boy in UF. And I was saying, what could be so bad? What could be so bad? Why are you stuck in this outside world? If only someone had taught you to learn that your happiness is inside of you. That none of all this matters. None of these things matters out in the outside world. You're going to come, you're going to go. In the middle, you just have to enjoy yourself. But see, we never do that. The community service doesn't extend to that. So today I want you all to think a little bit differently before you blame, and before you shun, and before you label, and before you make value judgments on these people. That each one of them has got a story. Each one of them is a lost soul. And it is your duty, it is your responsibility as a human being to find one such person, even one, and show him the light, and show him the path. What is the point of us living on this earth? Yeah. What is the point? We're here, enjoying a beautiful house, eating great food, making sweets on Diwali, buying new clothes, going for vacations. No, that can't be it. That can't be it. Ultimately, that's not what you want. You asked me today I had a meeting with someone who's going to help me with social network, and she said, what do you want? And I stopped for about 2 minutes. I said, what do I really want? What do I really want? Do I want money? Do I want fame? Do I want to be known? I really want to help people. I really want it. I really want to reach more and more people and show them it's easy. It's really easy to be happy. It's easy to make the right decisions. It's easy to be in a feeling of peace. You just need to have it in your destiny that somebody comes into your life and shows you the way. So be that somebody. Be that somebody in someone's life. Become a mentor. They have a program. If you catch these children in middle school and go and meet them once a week and show them, perhaps you'll make a difference in their lives. And then if you've done one thing in your life that's good, that would be it. So, I salute Obama. I really salute Obama, because it's very painful to when you realize that so many people in this country are locked up. It's not easy to be locked up. Try locking yourself up even in your house for a day. You're not allowed to go out. You think that they're having a grand time in prison, they can study, they can do this. They're cut off from people. We need people. They're cut off from everything. They're cut off from sunlight. It's tough. They're surrounded with really difficult people, hard people who only do that again to survive. Survival, survival, survival. So we need to make a difference. We need to make a difference. And we make a difference in a very small way in our little world. In the little world that we live in. We prevent people we know, not necessarily from our community. That's being very narrow. Catch someone from an immigrant community or an African American child and meet that person once a week. Instead of going for a dinner party or something else, once a week. See if you can do that. That'll be wonderful. You may change lives. And in the meantime, don't blame yourself either. Don't become the victim. Like Joel Osteen say, don't be the victim, be the victor. Always feel that. It's only when you feel confident and good that you can actually inspire others to do all that. If I'm feeling like, oh my God, life has handed me a miserable this thing, nothing is really going to work. Nothing is really going to work. We're here for a short time, let's make a difference in somebody's life. One person. And that includes you, Rahul. You need to also listen to what I'm saying. You can make a difference too. You're not too young. It's not only for aunties to be mentors. Young kids can be mentors too. You have a responsibility. You can either be a victim or you can be a victor. It's important that you think about this.